Today I want to talk to you about how you can improve any relationship, romantic, friendship, familial, with something called the 5 love languages. Now, before we get into it, I do want to address the original author of this. He was a heavily conservative Christian minister / marriage counsellor. So a lot of people discredit his original work. But here's the interesting thing. The love languages, he put a name on them. They are all actions that existed long before Gary Chapman first ever even came into existence, let alone put those labels on them. And the actual application of them, though often in writing, is tremendously non-inclusive. The application of them, when used inclusively, I believe can improve any relationship. And the 5 love languages are as follows: acts of service, words of affirmation, quality time, physical touch, and gifts, giving and receiving of gifts. Now, these are all reasonably straightforward, right? Acts of service is doing things for people. Quality time is spending quality time together. Gifts, pretty obvious. Words of affirmation, telling a person how amazing they are, telling a person how great they are, what they mean to you. And physical touch, can mean more intimate forms of physical touch for a romantic relationship, but it can mean things like hugs and holding hands for friends. Just even being close to each other, sitting, leaning on a friend's shoulder whilst you watch a movie. I do that with some of my male friends quite often, and I love it. I hope they love it too. Now, where it gets really interesting and how you can use this to improve any relationship is, firstly, you will have one of those 5 that you prefer. And you might have a different one of those 5 in how you prefer to show your love. It usually works that if you like to receive love in the form of physical touch, that you like to show it that way too. It usually works that way. But it might be that you like to receive physical touch, but you prefer to show your love by using words of affirmation. And that's absolutely fine. Where we need to change things up a little bit when we are trying to improve the quality of our relationships is we would actually sit and have a conversation with the other person. So your romantic partner, your friend, your child, your brother, your roommate, whoever it might be. You would sit with that person, have a little discussion about these, present them with the 5 love languages, and just ask them, from those 5, which way do you like to receive love the most? And I say the most because there'll always be situations where a person likes multiple. I mean, I know physical touch is my absolute top one, but words of affirmation are pretty much a close second. So for me, it could be one of those 2. And that would be the more important ones for me. So you ask your friend about which way they like to receive. And then ultimately, what you both try and do is you change the way that you show your love to match the way the person wants to receive it. Because right now, let's say that you have a friend who quality time is their preferred method, and your preferred method of giving is words of affirmation. If you never spend any quality time with that person, but you're constantly telling them how good they are, you even maybe send some texts that every now and then, just when you're not seeing them, to be like, oh, you're really important to me, I really love you, you're fantastic, you're a wonderful friend. That's lovely. That is absolutely lovely. But it's never going to quite land with that person the way that going over and spending an hour at a time or an evening at a time with them would do. So what we do is we have a little conversation. We learn what the other person's preferred way of receiving is. And then we make an effort to show our love in that way. And the best thing is, if you're having this conversation already with a person, you can make it reciprocal straight away. Because the idea is if you're kind of volunteering to change the way you treat a person to better match with the way that they want to receive love, well, I'd like to think that conversation almost automatically, organically leans into you having that same discussion, you telling them how you want to receive love or like to receive love, and them making an effort to make that change too. When these things are in sync, we line up more easily. When these things are in sync, relationships just flow more effortlessly. Now, an important thing to add, these will help with all relationships. However, there are also what are called the 5 neurodivergent love languages, or even love locutions, as they have been renamed simply because of the issue with Gary Chapman's early work that I mentioned at the beginning of this video. And I am doing a separate video about them that I'm recording the second I finish doing this one, and you can go over and watch that here.